La 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 la. I think we're live. Hopefully you guys can hear this. See if it's live on the other side. Looks like it is. All right, I think we're here. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's DISANITY night. Lots of stuff to talk about. It's just going to be me solo tonight as Melissa is sleeping. Well, not sleeping, but she's downstairs. She just woke up from a nap. We had yesterday and today off. Talk a little bit about that, and she's not prepared. And tonight's just going to be kind of a rant anyway. So she was like, I think I'll just watch. I said, okay, that sounds good to me. But anyway, she is in the chat, I'm sure. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great start to their week. I know we are. We had the first couple days off this week, so I know we've been having a good time. Let me just turn on a couple things here so we can get going. There we go. Anyway, good to have everybody here. Hope everybody's having a good start to their week. It's Tuesday. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got some mousekeeping stuff to get into, and then we'll talk about this weekend. And lots of good stuff. Amanda Wallace, welcome in. Puddin', welcome in. Jeannie's here. Let's see, who else? Craig's Robotics, welcome in. Keith BDF is here. Francisco, welcome in. Animal Zone, welcome in. Victor and Janet are here. Let's see. Looks like the same people saying hi, which is perfectly fine. Douglas Bailey is in the house. AB, John is here. Yeah, it looks like it's the same people saying hi. So, let's see. Richard Scott's here. Sherry Wadsworth, welcome in, welcome in. Matt, welcome in, Matt. Good to see you. Al's here. What's up, Al? Good to see you. It just jumped on me, though. Sherry Wadsworth just smashed a like. Thank you. I appreciate that. Craig's Robotics. Ethan's here. Welcome in. Dan, A20 Chief. Good evening to Dan. Let's see who else. Melissa, there she is. Kim Daniels, welcome. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Joe Chamberlain, welcome in. Steve Stardio Studios, welcome in. Jeff Owens, welcome in. Kimberly Hazard, welcome in. It's me, David T. Welcome in. Good to see you. I think that's everybody. Let's see. Joseph Dion's here. This is Dr. Dread. Dr. Dread, we are on loop. Welcome in. Nathan Nashville, Mike Lapine, and I think that's everything. I think that's everyone. Boss Lady Melissa, that's funny. Nathan Nashville saying hi. Everybody saying hi to Melissa. Well, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday night. We're happy to be here. We're going to have a good time today. What do you think about the new boss of WDW? Sherry, we're going to talk about that. Yes, 4 days, Joe. We're going to get into that in a little bit. And we're going to kind of get into this a little bit. This is all just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Just means what I believe and what I think about, everything that's happening. Of course, we got big news. We'll get into all that. But I did want to talk about a few things coming up with the channel. Of course, as everyone knows, we got to talk about this first. We have our Mouse Talk meetup this Saturday, February 7th, 10 a.m., Disney Springs. It's going to be great. Can't wait. We got lots of folks saying they're coming. Joe Chamberlain's in the chat. Kimberly Hazard is in the chat. Joe and his wife Michelle will be there. Kimberly Hazard will be there. Mark F. will be there. Leanne Sherbrick will be there. Pete and Jen will be there. Pete McDevitt, Jen, Monterey Molly will be there. Lots of folks coming. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait for it. We actually got a surprise yesterday. Leanne Sherbrick FaceTimed us or sent us a video. Wendy Luhu is going to be there. If you can believe that. She flew all the way in from Scotland. Wendy Luhu is going to be there. Lots of folks. I'm sure Douglas Bailey and Stacy are going to be there. Charlie and Stacy and Disney Nerd Herders will be there. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of folks out. I think Bouncing Journey, April will be there. I'm hoping Ken and Jen and Lily will be there as well. It's just going to be Richard, the legend, welcome in. Obviously, Richard, you and Donna and Sam, obviously it's a standing invite. I would love to see you as well. No, David T., I wish you were going to be there, though. But you're more than welcome if you can make it. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. 10 a.m. Disney Springs over by House of Blues and Cirque du Soleil. They got a big area right over there. which is where we had the last meetup, and it's just a nice area. It's early in the morning when the Disney Springs just first opens. Perfect area. Most of the time, it's not even going to be a lot of people over in that area, so it'll be a lot of fun. We'll probably hang out for a couple hours, getting to know everybody, having conversations, making new memories. I'm going to do some filming of it for those that aren't going to make it, just like I did with the last one. Get some pictures, and we'll put a little video together on it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But can't wait for this. This is this Saturday, 10 a.m. It's going to be pretty awesome for sure. Craig, absolutely. Of course you can. Please, 10 a.m. We'd love for you to be there. Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic for you to come over. Yeah, that would be awesome. Please do. That would be fantastic. So yeah, this weekend we what was I saying? So we had the weekend. We had Monday and Tuesday off because we had DVC points that we had to use. Happiness is homemade. What's up, Stephanie Jennifer? Jennifer, I'm glad you asked that. I don't know what's going on with Keystone with Donnie. It's not in my blocked. I looked under our settings and everything. There's nothing wrong. His name is not listed as a hidden channel or blocked channel at all. I don't know what to do. I'll try to send something to YouTube, but does it say anything when he tries to make? Because I looked it up and he's not listing, because I have a list of every single channel that's blocked on our channel. And I went through every single one of them, and Dole Whip Donnie is not there. So, Jennifer, I'm not sure what's going on. Keith, I apologize, man. I don't know what to do. I definitely did look, and you're not listed there, which is a good thing. I mean, I guess maybe it's a bad thing. I kind of wish you were, because then I could just click, the X to unblock you, and then you'd be good to go. I don't know what happened. There's Wendy. Yes, Wendy, we're so excited. We're glad you're going to be there. But yeah, Donnie, Keith, I apologize. I don't know. I don't know what it is. He posted a chat message. Did he? Now, see, I didn't see him on chat. Anyway, Donnie, Keith, I'll look into it a little bit further. I don't know, buddy. I really don't. I apologize. Obviously, Keith's great. We've met him and his wife multiple times. We'd love for you to be in the chat. I don't know. I'll look into it. John Messina, welcome in. Sony 4K, welcome in as well. That's crazy. No, his comments don't show up. It's okay. Well, no, it's not okay. I need to find out why they're not showing up. Because, Jennifer, yours do. I don't know. Karen Kushner, welcome in. I don't know. I'll look into it. It may be Keith. Dean, Turkey Legster, welcome in. Hopefully Dean will be there too. I'll have to sneak away from our meetings. Can't tell Universal I'm going over to the mouse. Well, Craig, it'd be nice if you can make it. Obviously, if you can't, we understand. There's Leanne Sherbrick. Welcome in. But, Keith, I'll look into that a little bit further. I don't know, buddy. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. I feel really bad. We love it when you comment. You're always great. But, just Noah, what's up, Noah? Welcome in. Me being here was a huge secret. Was going to just surprise you at the meetup, but I couldn't keep the secret once I got here. Well, Wendy, we're glad you're here, dear. It's going to be great. We can't wait for this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, last weekend, Melissa and I had Monday and Tuesday off. We were going to spend the weekend at Disney. Sunday, obviously, we were at, Magic Kingdom. You guys saw that. We did a stream in the evening. We did an evening stream. And then we went over after the evening stream, which, by the way, was great. We had a lot of people in there. We had over 500 people. It was awesome. It was great to see everybody in there. I think people really liked the evening streams. I'm actually going to send out a poll right now. I'm interested as to what you guys think. Sunday, it's just going to say Sunday streams, morning or evening. Or a mix of both. I'm sending out a poll right now on this comment, on this topic. What would you rather we do? Sunday mornings, Sunday evenings, or a mix of both? Please vote right now as to which one you'd rather us do. Because I got to be honest with you, because I'm very transparent here. Sunday mornings have always been our thing. But there are a lot of people that are doing Sunday mornings. And the numbers have dropped considerably. There's not there's not as many people that watch anymore on Sunday mornings. It may be because they're elsewhere, which is perfectly fine, but it's definitely different. It's definitely different. And we had almost 600 people watching on Sunday night this week, and there could be more to that too. I'm not saying that that's what we're going to do. That's why I want to vote. I can make it in the evening streams. The 3-hour time difference works better for me that way. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for some folks, it's going to be better. And Nate says it's their Sunday morning ritual. I totally get it, and that's why I want to get an idea. It may be something that we do a little bit of a mix of. So, 25% say mornings, 29% say evenings, 46% of you right now say a mix of both. I totally get it, and that's why I'm asking. From north of Neverland, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in. Mix of both at different parks, including Hollywood Studios. Jeff, yeah, I enjoy Sunday mornings, but I'm good with either. Mark says it's our Sunday morning happiness. BA and BNA, welcome in. Yeah, I think Melissa and I were talking about that the other day. We were like, maybe we'll go both. Maybe we'll do a little bit of both. The problem is, but want your channel to be successful, I'm for whatever you need to do. Yeah, it's fine. It's one of those things where, Sunday evenings, do you want to be home all day on a Sunday and then drive over to Magic Kingdom in the afternoon and spend Sunday evening and then trying to fight the crowds to get out to go home late at night for work in the morning? That's the downfall to Sunday evenings to me. But that's just me. Evening streams wouldn't work for me, but I like to watch my missed ones on replay, says Wendy. Again, Bruce, welcome in. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? I would love to do that. Bruce. Alyssa Stenberg, welcome in. I would love to do that. We started going to church. I hate that we missed the Sunday morning stream. No, Kim, that's more important. Okay? Going to church is much more important than watching our streams. You can always watch them on replay and, things like that. We always used to do Sunday mornings early because we would get a leg up on everybody. I'm going to be honest with you. Not many people go early on Sunday mornings. That has changed. The only ones that used to go early on Sunday mornings were Jeff and Angela at Disourdream. And they're our partner channel anyway. We're not competing with them. If you want to go watch them, totally get it. If you want to watch us, totally fine too. But now there's a lot more people that are going Sunday mornings early. I mean, it's just a really big amount of people in there. We see them all the time. I mean, I can give you at least 5 off the top of my head that go on Sunday mornings now. Do you sing more in the mornings or the evening? I sing. I got to be honest. I like... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I want that right there. I like singing, Dr. Dread. That's just my thing. I like it. Plus football games. Sherry, yeah. Vera Mikes. Hey, we got to meet Vera Mikes at Epcot a few weeks ago now. But I don't know. I just enjoy the singing. It's my thing. I can't help it. I like to sing. And if that's not your thing, I totally get it. But for me it is. I like to sing. So anyway, looks like 41%. We got 58 votes. There's 83 in here. Let's get in this. We love you guys. You guys have helped us a lot. It's fun to interact with our Mouse Talk family. And that's always been the biggest thing. I do like to make my own lyrics on a lot of different things. That's the thing. Oh, Dr. Dre, that's perfectly fine. For some, it's not. They don't get it. They don't like it. And I totally get that, too. It's not for everybody. So, evenings will happen a little bit more often. Somebody asked, Jeff Owens had mentioned other parks, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom. Well, Animal Kingdom you're not going to do on Sunday evenings because Sunday evenings, it closes at like 5, 6 o'clock. Well, at that point, what's the point? And Sunday mornings, Jeff and Angela, Disourdream are over there. I don't want to compete with them. That's their thing. I don't want to impinge on that. You don't want both of us over there on Sunday mornings. Just like they don't go to Magic Kingdom on Sunday mornings, for the most part. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It looks like 42% of you with 60 votes. I'll leave that open for a little bit longer. 42% of you right now. Grant Brunner, welcome in. I like Magic and the fireworks the best. Okay. Yeah, and I get that too. And that's part of it as well. I have spent more time flicking over to you since Jeff spends too much time picking on Jennifer Caruso. Al, I don't know how to take that, though. I don't know how to take that, Al. That must mean that, for the most part, you're watching over there, which is perfectly fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. Well, yeah, but Jeff, that's easier said than done. Jeff says, why don't you try to do 4-hour streams? That way you don't have to be in a rush for some rides and can enjoy getting around to other attractions. And also others can get in like after church or whenever. 4-hour streams, that's a big commitment, man. That's a lot. Because you got to remember, you're talking about a 4-hour block for just the stream alone. But what you're not taking into account is the almost hour it takes to get there. And then the almost hour it takes to get home. So that 4-hour block has now become a 6-hour block. And maybe longer if there's traffic. But I understand what you're saying. And again, that's why we're going to tweak this and we're going to go with it. But we'll see. So anyway, this weekend we were supposed to be at Magic Kingdom. We did Magic Kingdom Sunday night. After the stream, we went to the plaza for dinner. It was like a 7:45 dinner. It was late and it was cold. Sunday night was cold at Magic Kingdom. But we went to the plaza and Melissa and I shared the loaded fries. And then with the loaded fries, we also shared the turkey club. Right, Melissa? I think it was turkey club. Robert Sprite, Indiana, Florida. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Jeff Condon, welcome in. Good to see you. We want 10-hour streams. Not going to happen. Hey, happy Tuesday, Scott Rowe. Welcome in. We went to the plaza. It was really, really good. We got in. Now, it was a little bit past 7:45 when they finally called us, so they were a little bit busy. But the lady we had that took us in, the hostess was funny. She was great. The lady that waited on us was great. We got our food really quick. Now, it was pretty easy. It was loaded fries. It was a turkey club. Didn't take long. But we ordered right away. As soon as she came to the table, we're ready to order. We knew what we wanted. Got our food within 10 minutes, if that. And it was really good. So if you guys have never been to the plaza, try the plaza. I think you'll really like it. We enjoyed it a lot. We did stay for the parade afterwards. Saw the parade, which was great. Hadn't seen that in a while. And then we hightailed it out of there. Yeah, I wish it could be our full-time job. That would be great. It's not just a stream. We're all friends. It's fun to talk with each other. It is, and I agree with that, Kim. I think you're right. I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, part of why we continue to do this, even when there's times when we think like maybe we want to go in a different direction, like other streamers have. God bless them, Drew in the Moment. Everybody remembers Drew. Drew in the Moment. Drew doesn't live stream anymore. They pulled away from it. They took it and put something out there. I'm sure you guys all know, and they said, you know what, we're not live streaming anymore. And God bless them. Their channel is still thrived. And they've gone in another direction. And we thought about doing that. But part of the reason why we don't is because we love the interaction with you guys. Now, Melissa made a good point. If we didn't stream on the weekends, we'd still have this, right? We still have Tuesday nights where we can get with you guys and have that interaction. Tag team streams, get the nerd herders to do 5 hours after you do yours. Yeah, Bruce. Bruce, you send that message to them and let's see what they say. Looking forward to baseball. I wish a major league team would train at ESPN Wide World of Sports. Me too, Vera Mikes. I wish they used to. The Braves used to be there. Tara Enders, welcome in. We would like to try the plaza. Yeah, the plaza, we liked it. We really did. We liked it. Melissa, please tell Walt that both of you are almost always on our TV. I stream on the TV. Am I? Oh, Al, I'm just kidding, buddy. Totally kidding. You know that. All right, so Monday... And we're going to get into the big topic in a little bit here. We got plenty of time. Monday, we went to Epic Universe. We hadn't been in a while. And of course, Monday was cold. So we stayed at Saratoga Springs over the weekend. We got up. Epic didn't open till 10. So we got there at like 9:50, 10 minutes before the coach end. Welcome in. Good to see you. We got there about 9. Jason Kuchera, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're good. Hope you are. So we got there at like 9:50, about 10 minutes before the park opened. And Craig, you're in here, and maybe you could shed some light. 10 o'clock comes, because we got in line at Starbucks. We wanted to get a quick, warm warm drink for Melissa and a quick sandwich for us. Just put something in our stomachs before we get going. So 10 o'clock came and we started in to the park. We looked on the app, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, the park just opens. Every single ride inside of the Isle of Berk, How to Train Your Dragon, was down or delayed. Stardust Racers was delayed. Ministry of Magic initially said it had a 210-minute wait, and then it went from that to delayed. Minecart Madness over in Nintendo World, the Donkey Kong ride, was delayed. All of those rides were down. To start the day, you had Yoshi's Adventures, which is just a miniature people mover. You had Bowser's ride, the Mario Kart ride, which is what we did. That was 65 minutes when we got in line. By the time we got out of line, it was 135 minutes. Then you had Curse of the Werewolf, Monsters Unchained. Those 4 were it. That's all you really had to ride. Harry Potter's got 1 ride. And that was down. All the rides inside of Isle of Berk were down. That's it. One of the 3 rides inside of Nintendo World was down. The show inside Ministry of Magic was down. I forgot about the show. The Le Cirque show was down. So, outdoor rides won't run in very cold weather due to traction and traction-contraction issues. Okay, and that's fine. Craig, that makes sense. But it's a bummer because it's all about, and we said this, it's all about luck of the draw. We just picked the coldest day. We picked one of the coldest weekends of the entire year to go to Epic Universe, which we hadn't done in like 6 months. We hadn't been since like June of last year. I follow other streamers who have stopped streaming. Anyone that were doing well for a while. I'm glad that after all these years, you and Melissa are still with us and bringing us joy. Yeah, Jeff, there are some that have stopped, and I totally get it. Never been to Epic, really have no desire, strictly Disney for me. Vera Mike, totally get that too. Not for everybody. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm really loud. I got this moving back. I'll move it back a little further so I'm not too in your face with that microphone. But anyway, that's what we thought too, Craig. We were like, it must be luck of the draw. It must have something to do with the weather. Because like everything was down. All the rides were down inside of Isle of Berk. The Hiccup ride never came back up. The water ride never came back up. The wing gliders came up for a little bit, and then that went back down. Harry Potter never came up while we were in there. And then if it did, it was like a 245-minute wait. It was a 210-minute wait for the Minecart Madness when that finally came up. It was 180 minutes for Mario Kart. It was 120 minutes for the Curse of the Werewolf. It was a crazy day. So we like Epcot. I mean, we love Epic. Don't get me wrong. We do. We really like Epic a lot. But there's not a ton of rides. There's probably about 11 total in the entire park. And when the majority of them are down, there's nowhere else for all the people to go but to the rides that are open. And it just inflated the wait times. We were gone by, I hate to say it, we had lunch. And I think then we rode Monsters Unchained. And then we left. I hate to say it, but we did. But to their credit, we did Minecart Madness. It said 65 minutes, and it was 48. We did Monsters Unchained. It said it was 35 minutes, and I think we waited 15, if that. So the wait times might have been a little bit inflated as well. Katie, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope Joel's doing well. Yeah, Katie, I would pay attention to that. If you're able to do the lightning lanes over there, or the multi-pass, fast pass, or whatever they call it over at Express Pass at Universal, if you're able to afford that, I would do it. How often are we actually going to go have temps this low? Yeah, no, right, Melissa, you're right. Back in my engineering days, we used to apply predictive measurements that told us when a process or machine would be at risk. I wonder if these parks apply. They might, Al. I don't know. That's a good question. Even laugh overs down on Sunday mornings below freezing temps in Florida is not fun. No, it is what it is. One day only for that. Yeah. See the point closes for the window. Yeah, exactly. But 2 days planned to go to Epic. Yeah, Katie, I would look into it if you can. If you have one day, you're going to be fine. It's just super expensive. All right. So anyway, it was a good weekend. We didn't do as much as we want, but it was nice to have Monday and Tuesday off of work. Back to work tomorrow. All right. So let's get into the main topic for the day. I'll go with this subject first. Let's see if this pulls up. Nope, not that one. Where do we want to start? Okay, so obviously everybody knows the big news. Josh D'Amaro has been now voted in or picked to be the next Disney CEO. Walt Disney Company announced that Josh D'Amaro will be the next chief executive officer after a unanimous vote was held on Monday, February 2nd. Take the position during the annual meeting on March 18, 2026. So he's going to be in office like within a month. A little over a month and a half. The board also intends to appoint D'Amaro as a director immediately following that meeting. Dana Walden was also a candidate. She is now the president and chief creative officer. D'Amaro possesses that rare. This is their comments for it. He possesses that rare combination of inspiring leadership and innovation, a keen eye for strategic growth opportunities, and a deep passion for the Disney brand and its people, all of which make him the right person to take the helm as Disney's next CEO, says James Gorman, chairman of the Walt Disney World Board of Directors. Remember those last three words, Board of Directors. He was an outstanding record of business achievement, collaborating with some of the biggest names in entertainment to bring their stories to life in our parks, showcasing the power of combining Disney storytelling with cutting-edge technology. The board believes he is exceptionally well prepared to guide this global company forward to serve our consumers around the world and create long-term value. Read that again, folks. And create long-term value for shareholders. That's the key right there. Craig said it in our team chat, and it's obviously true. I don't like the hire. Was it the obvious hire? Yes. Doesn't mean it was the right hire for the job. Of course the shareholders want this guy. They're going to do whatever they tell him. He's going to do whatever they tell him to do. This, to me, is an exact clone of what we had. Diz Beach Jill, welcome in. Of exactly what we have right now in Bob Iger. Look, I've said this a million times. I'm not going to do this whole I told you so. I wasn't happy when Bob Iger came back. I wasn't. I was like, everybody said Chapek was terrible, and he was. That's fine. But a lot of what he inherited was Bob Iger's mess, so to speak. And then he comes back in looking like the white knight to save the day, and things have just progressively gotten worse. IP off the rails. Agendas off the rails, prices off the rails. Everything has just been spiraling, in my opinion. And I think that what you're getting with Josh D'Amaro is exactly, somebody said in the chat, it's Bob Iger 2.0. He has been groomed for this role because he's going to do exactly what Bob Iger has been doing. I didn't like the hire. I just don't like the hire. I'm sorry, I don't. The shareholders love it because he's going to do exactly what they want to drive shareholder value. That's exactly right. I think that's important to remember. I wanted someone from the outside or previously I really liked the idea of Tom Skaggs. Wasn't going to happen. Knew it wasn't going to happen, but I really like his vision. The problem is I think he's too strong of a candidate to the point he's going to want to do things his way, not the way the shareholders want. Let me preface one thing. Lucius, welcome in. Good to see you. I think D'Amaro had something to do with changes in galaxies. Yeah, I think so too, Animal Zone. Josh D'Amaro is a nice guy. I've met him twice. At least on the outside, he's very nice. What we see, he looks nice. But so did Bob Iger. So did, Michael Eisner. They all are nice on the outside, okay? But what worries me is what's going to happen moving forward. I think we're going to get more of the same. And if you like it, and if you like what's happening with the company right now and where they stand and how they are with their consumers, then to you, this is a great hire. To me, I don't like where they are in a lot of ways. I don't like the position the company's in. I don't like the path they're taking in a lot of ways. We talk about IP off the charts. He's just going to continue to push IP in these parks, which to me makes Nico the Greco. What's up, Nick? Welcome in. Which I've never understood, because for me, what made Disney so better than everyone else is the originality that they had. Angela, welcome in. Good to see you. Disourdream. Good to have you guys here. Partner channel. We were just talking about them earlier. The originality that they had. Okay, what are the most famous rides, the most beloved rides in Walt Disney World? They're all original concepts. Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, It's a Small World, Tower of Terror. The list goes on and on. They are not IPs. They're not. Pirates is a ride first, a movie second. Haunted Mansion was a ride first, a movie second. Tower of Terror, same thing. It's all IP. Now, it's all non-IP, and it's what makes the park so great. Okay? And they are getting away from that. Everything has to have a character attached to it. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay? There were small kids that went to Disneyland back in the day when there was very little IP, and they still loved the parks. They didn't have to connect with the characters. They loved the parks for the parks. They don't do that anymore. And I just don't understand it. I just don't. And I think that we're going to get more of that with Josh D'Amaro. Look, I know that this is like a death sentence for our channel, because Disney is never going to allow us to do any media stuff. But it is what it is, in my humble opinion. I don't like the hire. He's a nice guy. He is. Okay. Dana Walden, I don't know enough about her. And I don't know enough about her, Chief Creative Officer. I think that's a new position that they made up for her. Created. I'll put created. I'll say created. They created for her. Maybe besides Tomorrowland, they would build Tomorrowland. I don't know. They know what they do. Going through gift shop at the end, I don't know. Toy Story Land is my favorite. And that's, Katie, I totally get it. I like Toy Story Land, okay? But I really love the idea of just original storytelling that doesn't have to have an IP. I do. It's just my thing. And it obviously worked because the parks became so iconic off these rides. Everyone loves the Haunted Mansion. Everyone loves Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, Tower of Terror. Expedition Everest, for crying out loud, is an original concept. It's not based off an IP. Expedition Everest is another one. It's smart. It's so smart. And now what I'm hoping, Josh D'Amaro, I'm going to read I want to read this because this is what he said. And I have to understand, this is his social media. It says here, first social media message from Disney's next CEO, Josh D'Amaro. Let's read what he has to say. Matt, Simba2, welcome in. Good to see you, Matt. Fantasyland has always been IP. Fantasyland, not really. I mean, People Mover's not IP. The Speedway's not IP. Space Mountain's not. Fantasyland has always been. I'm sorry, I thought that said. Yes, Fantasyland's always been IP for the most part. I agree, Matt. Except for Small World. Let's see. Dana Walden is the reason the view still exists on ABC. Best friends are Kamala Harris. Let that sink in. Rex. I don't want to get into politics, but enough said. Felix Gomez, welcome in. I'm not sure IP is the issue. I think it's the vision. Festival of Lion King is amazing, and that would be considered IP. But one of our faves is Spaceship Earth. Right, but Spaceship Earth. Right, I forgot about Spaceship Earth. Living with the Land. Mission Space. They're all non-IP. All right, here's his comments. He says, the most important part of Disney will always be the people. I have had the pleasure of working with tens of thousands of cast, Imagineers, and employees over the years, and it is because of them and the millions of Disney fans around the world that I'm humbled and honored for the opportunity to lead this extraordinary company. Congratulations to Dana Walden for becoming the company's first ever president and chief creative officer for Walt Disney Company. I look forward to working more closely with you as we continue to cultivate and share our powerful stories to Disney fans around the world. The remarkable foundation of Bob Iger built over the last 20 years inspires all of us as we look to Disney's next era of innovation, creativity, and growth. I'm excited for the future and honored to stand alongside the best storytellers on earth. He didn't say anything. That's a whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. I'm happy to be here. We got the best people in the world. Augur was great. I'm excited. That's all he said. Exactly. Joe, that's exactly right. Everybody loves everybody. What else would he say? Exactly. He's not going to say, I got my own vision. Everything that was done before me was terrible. We're changing everything. Get ready, folks. There's a new sheriff in town. And it's, I'm going to say it's Reggie Hammond. I'm just kidding. I'm going on a rant now. See, if you're... It really is their IP. I think the IP reference is more profit margins the way it is used. Well, Dr. Dredd, all I'm saying is Disney would still be Disney if their rides, like Test Track's another one. It's not an IP. It's just an original idea. They can do it. They've done it. They get lazy with this stuff and say, "Oh, just make it an IP. Just make it an IP. Just make it an IP." Why? Why does it have to be IP with everything? Not everything has to be IP. You know, Dinosaur, God rest its soul, it's gone now. That wasn't an IP. Countdown to Extinction was the original name. Then they changed it to an IP for Dinosaur. It was originally just Countdown to Extinction. You're funny. I don't know. It just, they can do it. They have smart people. Do they utilize those smart people anymore? I don't know. Maybe they don't. Vicky Pauly, welcome in. But they've done it so much, and the rides have been highly successful rides that they could continue to do it again. They could, where they're putting Indiana Jones, they could have just put an African adventure. Doesn't have to be Indiana Jones. Just make it an African adventure over there. Some kind of cool ride that's an African adventure, like almost like a safari kind of thing, but maybe things go haywire. I don't know. There's so many different things they could do. I mean, they're the Imagineers, not me. There's so many different things they could do that could make these so much better, and yet they continue to just dumb it down, laziness, and just IP it. What's up, Tina? T. Marie's Place, welcome in. I don't like it. I just don't. Tron, I don't like Tron. I think the ride is too short. The queue is fine. The ride is okay. It's not great. That was nothing what we hoped it would be. I'm worried about this Encanto ride. I'm worried about, the Indiana Jones ride. I'm hopeful with the Monsters Inc. land, but here we go again. Everything's IP. And I just don't understand it. Try toast. Hey, Soren's another one. Soren, not an IP. Just no. Matt, I like IP, but Matt, I don't think that's fair. I like IP in its certain places. It doesn't have to be in your face everywhere. Okay? You talked about it. Fantasyland was IP. Okay. I get it. Most of what Disney did back in the day was fantasy related. It made sense. I understand that. But everywhere else, we didn't. IP is great in certain aspects within a certain percentage of the parks. I do like IP, but I don't need it everywhere. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. They bought, and you're right. Vera Mike says they bought Star Wars, they bought Marvel. They bought all this IP and they wanted to use it, and they thought it would be great putting it in the parks. They look at what they did with. I just think, and again, I'm rambling, and I apologize here. I got so many different thoughts. A lot of what they've come out with. How many of you really, with the majority of things they've come out with, Jonathan Chong, welcome in, have really been overly happy, whereto they exceeded your expectations on the majority of the things they've created over the last 10 years. Take away the initial hype and the initial excitement, okay? Because I was there opening day for Galaxy's Edge. I was there at 1 o'clock in the morning with Steve and all of them standing outside waiting to get in at 5 o'clock in the morning when they let us in. And everybody was like, oh, this is great. Oh my God, there's a Millennium Falcon. This, that, and the other was great. But when that part wears off and you just think about it, Rise of the Resistance is great. But Galaxy's Edge, other than the ride, Rise of the Resistance, is really a failure to me. The shops are extremely small. I mean, like, you can get 5 people in the shops. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run I love the concept. They are finally starting to do what they should have done from the very beginning. You should have different adventures, just like you have on Star Tours. It can't be the same adventure all the time. It's designed better. You have better designers than that. You could make 15 to 20 different adventures. It doesn't have to be one story. That's where they limit themselves. Don't make it one storyline for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Make it generic, and then when you get on the ride, you could have any of 15 different adventures. That makes it much more rewritability. Disney Big Dog Dad, welcome in. Guardians. Okay, there's one. I'll give you that. Yep, Guardians for me definitely surpassed. But Tron was a disappointment to me. Galaxy's Edge is meh. Toy Story is it's okay. I don't dislike it. The whole Epcot middle area that was closed for 5 years, total disappointment in that. Communicore Hall is terrible. I'm just not a fan of a lot of what they do. Dean, live place, welcome in. Rise was cool until last. IP is everywhere at Disney, even the washroom. When I use the IP, not Steve Star Wars Hotel. Well, push your Haunted Mansion Hotel. Guaranteed win. No, they won't take it out. They wouldn't do that. Guardians is the best in all the parts. I agree, Katie. That's one they got right. Yes, absolutely. To be fair here. That is one I agree with you. That's a good one. Yes, agreed 100%. Probably the best ride in the park. Looking forward to being on these rides again next week. And that's the thing. Lucius, welcome. Star Tours is the best Star Wars ride that's not in Galaxy's Edge. It's the only ride not in Galaxy's Edge that's Star Wars. But I get it. Yeah, Moana's, the water, the Journey of Water thing over the Moana thing. No, not at all. Nope. Yeah, I just think that I like when they do original concept stuff. There's so many examples of it in the parks that they can use that I think they've just gotten away from it and have just taken the easy route. And to be honest with you, I don't like the fact that, and again, this worries me as well when it comes to the money issue. Excuse me, pardon me, that burp was sponsored by D&G. I lost my train of thought. For instance, Monsters Incorporated. And even the Indiana Jones ride. I don't like the fact that they're retread rides is what they really are. Frozen's the same way. Frozen's just, it's Maelstrom, now Frozen. Indiana Jones is going to be the same track, and it's just now going to be Indiana Jones. I don't, the majority, other than the main ride, Monsters Land, is going to be basically, Muppet Courtyard, but now it's just Monsterland. I'd rather you start from scratch, trash the whole place, right? Take down everything in Muppets Land. Everything. Take down all the buildings, start from scratch, and build me something brand new. Because when I go into Muppets Land, and I go into where the Muppet Vision used to be, that's what I'm going to see. When I ride Frozen, I'm sorry, for me, when I ride Frozen, I still think Maelstrom. When I ride Tiana's, which is very little, I think Splash Mountain. I still call it Splash Mountain, for crying out loud. I don't like that. And I get it. It's cost effective to just kind of gut it a little bit, leave the track alone, and then kind of just pretty it up to the new theme. I get it. And they're a for-profit company. But this is a company that never used to worry about the bottom line. It was one of those spare no expense things. That was always kind of Walt's vision. We'll worry about the paying for things later, because ultimately it will pay for itself. I think it's laziness. They just use the same core elements in plaster IP. Yeah, Donna, welcome in, by the way. I think that's what it is to an extent. And I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know if that's the presidents, the CEOs, or if that's Imagineering. Is Imagineering getting lazy, or are they being kind of like, what's that called? Are they being restricted as to what they can do? Are they given a budget and saying, this is the budget, period? You can't go past it. You know, or is it the CEOs, or is it just Imagineering's not as good as it used to be? Always said the parks would never be complete and IP was super duper cool. Did he say IP was cool? Was that even a word back then? Did they even know what intellectual properties were back then? The parks don't have to be, the parks are always going to change. I'm okay with change. Change is going to happen. Some rides become obsolete. Okay, I get that. I get it. Obsolete rides happen from time to time. I get it. And sometimes I don't necessarily always agree with addition by subtraction, but sometimes it happens. This is what they do. Cars Land or Cars Ride in the middle of Frontierland. Totally out of place. Just totally out of place. But we'll see. We'll see how things go with this. There's definitely a budget. Don't get me wrong, Animal Zone. I understand there's a budget. But in the past, they've always come up with great stuff. IP, Angela, is intellectual property. So an IP is Cars. IP is Encanto. IP is Frozen. IP is Buzz Lightyear. IP is Tron. IP is Tiana. That's IP. That's intellectual property. That's an intellectual property. Haunted Mansion was a ride first. Pirates was a ride first. It became movies and IP later. Big Thunder Mountain was a ride first. You know, that's IP. Well, yeah, in some aspects, Animal Zone, that's true. I mean, they did it again. They replaced Rivers of America and the Riverboat with the Cars ride. I don't even know that it really belongs in Magic Kingdom. I think it should be in Hollywood Studios. You want to do a Cars ride? Okay. If you want to do Cars, take it over to the Speedway in Magic Kingdom. Update that if you're going to update something. Or take the Indiana Jones show that's been there since 1989, which is totally outdated, totally run its course, and you've got this giant footprint, which is where Monsters Land should have gone in the first place. Put it there because you've already now got an Indiana Jones ride that's coming to Animal Kingdom. You don't need two separate Indiana Jones things. You don't need one. I think Indiana Jones Stunt Show is I think its days are numbered. I really do. I think we're going to hear something, maybe at D23, about Indiana Jones possibly going away and being replaced with something else. I really do. Because you don't need an Indiana Jones ride at Animal Kingdom and then an Indiana Jones show at Hollywood Studios. To me, that's just overkill. But that's where I thought Monsterland should have gone. Alyssa and Neil, welcome in. Felix says, I got a little behind in the chat. Oh, he's saying hi to everybody. Owned properties are intellectual. It still puzzles me how Tiana wasn't put in Tom Sawyer Island and the Riverboat wasn't incorporated. I agree. Well, it's Disney, so they are building rides that are Disney. Is that not normal? Well, again, yes, Angela, I agree with you. Disney is going to build some stuff like that. But again, something like, and I don't know if you're here from the beginning, Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Small World, Expedition Everest, Spaceship Earth, Living with the Land. It's all in Disney parks, but it's not Disney IP. It's not an IP. An IP is a Disney intellectual property from like movies and TV shows and stuff like that. I want original Disney rides here and there. You can still incorporate your intellectual properties. I don't know about that. They need people eaters, though. I'd be surprised if they replaced it with anything other than a show. They do, Disney Big Dog Dad. I agree. I just don't know what kind of show you could put in that foot. I mean, that is such a massive footprint. Just think about the entire aspect of that area of where everybody sits for one. And then you've got the show area for the Indiana Jones show. And then there's all the back area where they store everything. So 107 votes on the streaming. Thank you for that. Lily's Life. What's up, Ken? Welcome in. Buy him an ice cream. I'll buy him an ice cream. But anyway, this whole thing with Josh tomorrow, we'll see what happens. Maybe, I hope I eat crow. I really do. I hope George Cook, welcome in. I hope I'm 110% wrong. I hope he comes in. He makes good changes. He comes up with really good ideas, and we come out with some really great stuff. And I also saw a Twitter, or not Twitter, I saw an Instagram post of someone that said they thought Dana Walden and Josh D'Amaro were the next Michael Eisner, and I can't remember the gentleman's name that was with him. Kind of like his yin to the yang kind of thing. Pat Cakes, welcome in. Dane, welcome in. Giant Cordog, welcome in. Princess Makeover at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Sorry, Walt, he wants the deluxe package. Well, he's going to be paying for that on his own. Debbie, welcome in. Debbie Bernfeld's here. Welcome in, everybody. I can't remember. What was the name? Frank, is it Frank Wells? Was that his name? We can eat crow with Parmesan. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do it. Frank Wells. Okay, so it was Frank Wells. Thank you. They said that Dana Walden and Josh D'Amaro were going to be like Frank Wells and Michael Eisner. But the problem is Frank Wells was the finance guy. And Eisner was the creator guy. Well, Dana Walden is the person who's the chief creative officer. So she's in charge of creativity. And then you've got Josh D'Amaro. But D'Amaro's the guy that's going to oversee. I don't know. I don't see it in that respect for me. Yeah, Frank Wells died in a helicopter. Yes, I know. I mean, it was kind of the big downfall. Imagine if he had lived, Eisner and him, well, they had done so much good stuff. I just want fun things again. And I don't want Disney to cheapen it and dumb it down. And maybe part of it for me is the fact that maybe my standards are too high for Disney nowadays. I expect them to blow us away. Blow it out of the water. And for the most part, they haven't. But we'll see. I don't know what Dana Walden's done. A lot of people said that I've read that Josh doesn't have any experience on the programming side of things, the television side, the media side, and that he's all parks. And then I thought I read that she's the exact opposite. She's got all the media and doesn't have any of the parks. Well, I don't understand that, because if she's in charge of the creativity side of things, that means she's going to be in charge of the creative side. But she doesn't have any creative experience because she did everything on the television side. I don't know. What do I know? We'll see. Kelsey Hanley, welcome in. Anyway, we'll see what happens. And part of it, too, is, when these things happen, is it ultimately even the CEO's decision? Or, I mean, everything falls to him, right? If something works, he gets the credit. If something fails, he gets the blame. I get it. But, when you look at Magic Kingdom and you look at Walt Disney World as a whole, who's the president of Walt Disney World? Is it Jeff Vail? Or is he just the president of Magic Kingdom? Right? I think I wish he was going away. He's another one. I'm not happy with a lot of what Jeff Vail does either. So we have to look at all of this. But again, it's just have a nice night all. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Take care, Joe. Have a good one. We'll see you Saturday. Again, I know a lot of people are excited with this. People love Josh D'Amaro. I just see him as the next Bob Iger. I really do. I think a lot of what we're going to see is the dumbing down of rides. We're going to see a lot more IP. No original content is coming. Everything's about, there might be a day when we don't have Jungle Cruise anymore. Or Jungle Cruise becomes, I don't know, Moana ride. And maybe Haunted Mansion goes away. God forbid. And then Space Mountain becomes Star Wars Mountain. and Big Thunder becomes Home on the Range Mountain. I just IP could take over the entire park, and then everything is just okay. I don't know. That's my. I'm going to use a saying that's been going around lately. That's my hill, and I'm going to die on it. I watched a good doc that gave good vision. A person and a finance person should go together, like Walt and Roy, Mike and Frank. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. From North of Never, I agree, 100%. That Florida feeling, welcome in. I agree with you, Walt. Not overly excited for Josh. He's about the bottom. He's about the bottom line in the end. Well, hopefully they keep an eye. I hope so too, Angela, and that's the key. IP is going to happen, and IP should happen in a lot of ways. In some ways, I agree with you. I'm just happy with a healthy mix. But everything Disney has given us for the last 15 years has been all IP. Nothing's been original content, right? I mean, when was the last time Disney gave us something that was an original ride that wasn't an IP? Pandora doesn't count. That was a movie first. That was based off a movie, right? Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy, all movie stuff. When was the last time they created something that was a new ride that wasn't IP? Anything, anywhere, right? Nothing. And there, but Angela, and that's what I said earlier. I get what you're saying. It probably appeals to the kids and they can relate. But what about the kids back in the old days? They got Haunted Mansion, they got Big Thunder, they got Jungle Cruise. They related to those, and those weren't from movies. So I think we dumb it down for kids. We think like they have to relate. Why do you have to relate? Just go enjoy it, right? It's a ride. Just go enjoy the ride. It doesn't have to be relatable to a character. It's just got to be a fun ride. So I get what you're saying, and I'm sure a lot of people, and that's probably how Disney sees it. I don't think kids have to relate to it at all. They just need to enjoy it. When they go on Jungle Cruise, it has no value to IP at all. None. Small World has no IP value whatsoever. It's just a ride. Haunted Mansion is spooky, but it's not IP related, and they love it. My thing is they can be a business and make money, but still make the guest experience better. It's a balance, but it can be done. Yes, it can be done. Yeah, Space 220 is another one. That's a good restaurant one. So, yeah, IP's taking over hotels too. Aside from new rides, I hope Josh cleans up the parks. They have not been maintained to Disney standards. Oh, I agree with that 100%. I agree, Donna. OFC, they need to care about profits. But the Disney parks bring... Well, again, if you do... Here's the thing about that, and this is what I'll say. Well, I don't know about that, Big Dog Dad. I don't know about that. I think that there are certain levels of merchandise that they'll still make money on. If they love Haunted Mansion, they'll sell Haunted Mansion merch. If they love Big Thunder Mountain, they'll sell Big Thunder Mountain merch. And they can still sell IP. They can sell IP merchandise. Merchandise on IP makes sense. I agree with you. Okay, they want the Mickey shirt. They want the Donald shirt, the Goofy hat. They want the... I agree with that. But the rides don't necessarily have to all be that, is all I'm saying. Yes, I agree, Vera Mikes. They have been 25 plus years ago. But I don't think that's a good thing. I think they still need to do that kind of stuff. They just don't. But we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with the parks and stuff like that. I just think that they have a good thing going and they're going to make money. If you take the time and put into it what you want to get out of it, you're going to make the money. What's the old saying? If you build it, they will come. They will come. Look, the reason why Disney is the global powerhouse, the billion-dollar company it is because of what Walt built early. Okay, it has to succeed and blow people out of the water early to have long-term stability and staying power. And that's what he did. And they're now riding off of his coattails with what he built in today's world. Yes, they're too, the old saying, too big to fail. That's almost where Disney is at this point. They're too big to fail. They're everywhere. They're all over the world. They're worldwide. But they got to get back to that balance of customer service first, customer experience first. Because when you nail that, profits and money is going to roll in. It is. It's just going to roll in, man. Oh, yeah, Florida feeling. They definitely liked what he did. Profits were up. They like the shareholder. Look, he put it in his statement. He talked about the shareholders. The shareholders love it. John, hey Jan, welcome in. We will. Sorry, staying on magazine, bringing kids, so no Bourbon Street. Okay. Great news. Even if Josh actively tries to not be Parks biased, he still will be at least somewhat. And Parks are all I care about. Jan, and that's perfectly fine. See, you're a fan of it. I'm not. I wish they would have gone outside the company and brought somebody in with a fresh vision, a fresh look. That's not what the shareholders want. They want somebody that's gonna toe the party line, toe the company line, and do what they want. Period. Because the other problem too is that I think with these shareholders today, Disney doesn't swing big anymore. And they don't swing big and they don't take chances because they're afraid they're going to lose money. And I think that's the shareholders. They're afraid that if they swing big and miss, total profit loss. And stock prices will go down and those shareholders, their values will go down. They don't want that at all. At all. They don't swing big anymore. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, what do I know? I don't know anything. Ultimately, I don't. It's just opinion. And Dana Walden, we'll see what she does. What I don't want I want Disney to be Disney. I want Disney to take away from everything outside of Disney. Okay? That's what I want. I want Disney to take away from everything that's on the outside of the world. I don't want to go in here and see the same stuff, the same agenda-based stuff on either side in Disney. I want to go to Disney to get away from everything. And I want to have fun, and I don't want to see this, that, and the other. I just want to have a good time. We'll see what happens. Who dat, Dave? Welcome in. Jan, somebody said that too. I've read in a comment that a lot of people think that Iger was part of the reason why they wanted him hired is because he's hoping that in time they're going to need him back again. I don't know how true that is. That didn't make any sense to me, but they have lost too many kisses in the theater and are playing it safe now. Yeah, I guess so. If they don't make the park like it used to be, the people won't be going. Well, Animal Zone, I don't know. Because here's the thing, and I'll say this because I know we're running over it. Diz owns Star Wars and Marvel shares should be over 200. Yeah. And they should sell ESPN. I agree, George Cook. I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, and now I can't remember what I was going to say. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the parks. Hopefully Disney, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what Dana Walden's going to do. I don't know. Maybe Josh does great. Who knows? I have no clue. We'll see what D23 brings up I guess it's in August or July. We'll see what he does. Who knows? But kisses, man. I get you. No problem. G. Wilson, what up, G? George, Disney needs to sell ESPN, Amazon, or Apple would buy it in a heartbeat. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Again, just my opinions on this. I just wanted somebody. I really liked Tom Skaggs when he was with the company, and then he left. Eisner's still my favorite. I think Eisner did a lot of really great stuff. He made some comments, some great. He made nice comments about Dana Walden and Josh DeMar and Bob Iger. I didn't expect anything less. He wasn't going to say anything bad. But I really liked what Eisner did, and Frank Wells was a big part of that as well. But their combination. We'll see what this brings. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? But there you go, folks. Look, a couple things I want to go over real fast before we head out. Don't forget this weekend, Saturday, 10 a.m. is our Mouse Talk meetup. If you're just hearing about it, obviously a standing invite to anyone that can make it. If you think you might be making it, please send us a quick email. We have gifts, small gifts we're going to be giving out to everybody who shows up. We'd love to make sure we have enough. And we'll see what happens there. We're going to have a lot of fun. Saturday, 10 a.m. at Disney Springs. Where is it? I'll share this again. 10 a.m. at Disney Springs, the Mouse Talk meetup, February 7th, 10 a.m. Up by Cirque du Soleil and House of Blues. Hope y'all can make that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tom Skaggs. But hope you guys can make that. We will be live from the park somewhere this weekend. I'm not sure yet. Probably Sunday at Magic Kingdom. It might be another Sunday night stream. I don't know yet. Probably not. It's the Super Bowl. Not that I'll be watching. But anyway, also if you guys could, I've been doing the new series called Imagining Disney. Kind of my take on Imagineering stuff, or things I would change or things I would add. I did a Haunted Mansion hotel or resort that's out there. Please go check out that video. I did a how they could incorporate Villains Land into the Walt Disney World Railroad. I also did how they could incorporate a 3-course meal on the People Mover that's out there. Just some fun ideas for things they could do with some of the rides. I've got another one coming up on World Showplace over at Epcot. You know, World Showplace is that building that's behind the UK, right in between Canada and the UK, where that Joffrey stand is. They have that gate, and behind that is that big building, the World Showplace building, which they had open for a while during COVID. Well, I have an idea for a holiday attraction that they should put in there. That video is going to, during Epcot's Festival of the Holidays. That video will go tomorrow. And then I've got another festival that should be added. And I think Disney is making a huge mistake for another festival that they do not do, that I have no idea why they don't, and they should be doing that. That video is coming. I've got an amazing race video at Walt Disney World that's coming. All kinds of fun stuff. So check out the Imagining Disney series. More and more stuff coming. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And other than that, mods, great job as usual tonight. Members, thank you for your extra generosity and loyalty. Any new subscribers, thank you very much. We were over 29,000 subscribers now. We're heading to 30. We're going to be a while before we get to 30. But we're heading there. I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. I'm sorry if it felt like a rant. I guess in some ways it was. One last thing I'll say is I really want Disney to succeed. I really want Disney to be what we all remember it being when we were younger, kids, young adults, what have you. If they can get back to that, we're going to be in a really good place. You know, fingers crossed that it happens. You know, God bless them. You know, Josh D'Amaro, Dana Walden, hopefully they get to be able to do some really good things for Disney and for us. So we pay a lot of money to go to these parks. And when you pay a lot of money, you expect top tier standards. And that's what, you know, hopefully they'll succeed. You know, hopefully that's what they'll cash in on. But we'll find out. Guys, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Disourdream, Stevesworld, DizneyDan, Pete McDevitt, and a-dee-doodoug, all partner channels. Check them out. You can get their links down in our channel and down in the description down here. They're all lots of fun and good people. Check them all out. Thanks, gang. Hope you all enjoyed this tonight. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Go check out those videos for us. We appreciate it. All right, gang. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll talk to you soon. Hope to see you at the meetup.